God says, my child. Your soulmate is tossed and turned all night, and you need to hear this. My child, as the night covered the sky and the world became silent, the one I created for you could not find rest. Their heart kept beating with a heaviness they could not explain. Their thoughts were racing, their chest felt tight, and every time they tried to close their eyes, something inside them pulled them awake again. They kept turning on the bed, shifting from one side to the other, searching for peace that refused to come. And do you know why, my child? Because their spirit was calling out to you. They don't understand it fully yet, but something within them feels incomplete without you. They are feeling the distance, the silence, the waiting, and the longing more intensely than ever before. As they stared at the ceiling last night, they kept wondering why their heart felt so restless, why a heavy worry sat inside them, and why they suddenly felt the urge to pray for you without even knowing what you were going through. My child, I want you to understand something very important. When two souls are connected in the spiritual realm, even distance cannot break that connection. Even silence cannot erase it. Even time cannot weaken it. When one feels troubled, the other feels it too. That is why your soulmate couldn't sleep. Their soul kept whispering your name. Their heart kept remembering moments and energies they don't even realize belong to you. They felt a sudden ache, a sudden fear of losing something precious, a sudden need to protect something they cannot yet see clearly. All night long they battled with emotions they did not understand. They thought about choices, their past mistakes, their delays, their silence, the words they should have said, and the steps they should have taken. They felt regret, they felt hope, they felt confusion, and they felt a strong pull toward a truth they have been running from, that their path is incomplete without you. My child, you need to hear this with your whole heart. Your soulmate is waking up spiritually. They don't just miss you. They are being guided toward you. They are being stirred, pushed, shaken, and awakened by forces I have placed in their life. They are beginning to see that the connection with you is not something ordinary. It is not an accident. It is not temporary. It is divine. It is written. It is a part of their destiny. And the weight of that truth is beginning to fall on their spirit like never before. That is why they could not rest. Destiny does not let a person sleep when it is time for them to rise. My child, I am touching their heart, removing the blindfolds, opening their eyes, and making them see the truth they avoided for so long. You may think nothing is happening. You may think the silence means they have moved on. But I tell you, my child, spiritual movement is happening in ways you cannot see. They replayed conversations you had. They remembered your kindness. They felt your absence. They felt guilt for hurting you. They wondered if you still think of them. They wondered if it's too late. They wondered how they will find their way back to you. Their soul is restless because a turning point has begun. What they pushed away is returning. What they ignored is demanding attention. What they ran from is pulling them back. And they are finally realizing that you are not someone they can replace, forget, or walk away from. The more they resist, the heavier it feels. The more they try to distract themselves, the stronger the inner calling becomes. My child, listen carefully. You are not imagining this connection. You are not misunderstanding the signs. You are not holding on to false hope. Your intuition has been telling the truth all along. The restlessness they felt last night is not a coincidence. It is the beginning of a breakthrough. I am working in both of your hearts. I am aligning your paths. I am removing confusion. I am preparing a moment where everything will make sense. What was delayed will move. What was stuck will open. What was silent will speak. What was lost will return. Do not worry, my child. Do not fear. Do not think you are forgotten. You are closer to your destiny than you realize. Your soulmate is beginning to feel the spiritual pull more strongly than ever. They don't know how to express it yet. They don't know how to come forward yet. But their heart is already changing. Their spirit is already searching for you. Their dreams are already guiding them. Their path is already shifting. Last night was not just a sleepless night. It was a sign. A message. A spiritual awakening. A movement of destiny. I heard their heart. I saw their tears. I felt their fear. I touched their spirit. And I am guiding them back to where they belong. My child, do not give up. Rest, trust, breathe, and stay open. Your soulmate is almost ready. This connection is moving forward. Your story is not over. And very soon, what kept them awake at night will lead them straight to you. My child. As your soulmate struggled through the long hours of the night, something sacred was happening inside them. Even though they did not fully understand it, their heart was being reshaped, softened, guided, and awakened in a way they had never experienced before. The restlessness that took over their body was not just emotional discomfort. It was a spiritual stirring, a sign that the connection between you and them is rising again in divine timing. They kept turning on their bed, unable to find peace. Every moment of silence felt louder. Every shadow on the wall reminded them of something missing. They placed their hand on their chest more than once, trying to calm the ache they felt. But the ache only grew deeper. They thought maybe it was stress, maybe it was confusion, maybe it was loneliness. But their soul knew the truth even when their mind could not understand it. They were feeling you, my child. Your soulmate has carried feelings they never expressed. They suppressed emotions because they feared vulnerability. They questioned their own worth. They worried whether they had anything to offer you. They worried whether they were good enough. They worried whether they had already lost you. Last night, those fears surfaced all at once, and they could no longer run from them. I brought those emotions to light because it is time for them to face the truth. The truth that you have always lived inside their heart even during the moments they tried to deny it. My child, I want you to know something important. The sleepless night they went through was the beginning of their transformation. I was whispering to their heart. I was removing illusions. I was showing them what matters. I was reminding them of the love they tried to bury. I was revealing to them the pain of losing you. I was guiding them toward clarity. They kept feeling drawn to check their phone. They wanted to reach out to you, but fear stopped them. They crafted messages in their mind, rehearsed words, imagined your reaction, then deleted every thought again because they doubted themselves. But even in their doubt, their spirit kept returning to you. The connection was too strong to silence. The bond too deep to forget. My child, do you remember all the nights you cried for them? All the nights you prayed for healing? All the nights you begged for clarity? All the nights you wondered if they ever thought about you at all? Your tears were not ignored. Your prayers were not forgotten. Your longing did not go unnoticed. Last night, your tears were answered in their restlessness. Your prayers reached their heart. Your unspoken pain vibrated across the spiritual connection, and I allowed them to feel what you have been feeling for so long. They finally tasted a portion of the sleepless nights you endured. They felt the same heaviness you carried. They felt the same confusion, the same longing, the same aching silence that you once lived through. This is not punishment. This is alignment. They are being pulled into empathy, understanding, and awareness because I am preparing them to come toward you with sincerity, with humility, with truth. They can no longer hide behind ego. They can no longer escape into distractions. They can no longer silence the sound of their soul calling out to you. My child, I know you question whether destiny is truly working. I know you wonder if spiritual signs are real. I know you fear being disappointed again. But hear me, my child, the path I have written for you is unfolding exactly as it should. Every delay, every silence, every heartbreak was shaping both of you for something higher. Your soulmate is entering a phase of awakening where they will no longer run. They will begin to understand what they feel. They will begin to see the value of the connection. They will begin to feel the weight of losing you. They will begin to realize that the peace they seek exists only where their heart truly belongs. They will soon take steps toward you, steps of truth, steps of courage, steps of healing. Their soul is restless because the time of separation is ending. The time of clarity is beginning. The time of reconnection is near. My child, breathe and trust. Do not let worry shake your spirit. Do not let doubt cloud your heart. Do not let fear silence your intuition. I am guiding them. I am guiding you. Your paths are moving toward each other. Your stories are aligning again. Your love is being prepared for a new chapter. And very soon, the same restlessness that kept them awake will push them to speak, to reach out, to confess, and to choose you in a way they never did before. Rest, my child. Your soulmate's awakening has begun. And destiny is already moving in your favor. My child. As the night faded and the first light of morning touched the earth, your soulmate sat in silence, still carrying the heaviness of everything they felt. They didn't rest, they didn't find peace, and they didn't wake up refreshed. Instead, they woke up with traces of emotions that stretched far beyond the night, emotions that I placed in their heart so they could no longer ignore the truth you have known in your spirit. They sat on the edge of their bed with their head in their hands, breathing slowly, trying to make sense of why their chest still felt tight, why their thoughts kept returning to you, and why a fear they never admitted suddenly felt so real. They kept asking themselves, why am I feeling like this? Why can't I let them go? Why does their name pull something deep inside me? My child, their confusion is not a sign of weakness, it is the beginning of understanding. I am opening the doors inside their heart one by one. I am allowing them to see what they once blinded themselves to. I am making them confront the truth they avoided for so long. They are beginning to understand that what they feel for you is not ordinary. It is not temporary. It is not something they can walk away from without feeling the weight of loss. They tried to move on. They tried to distract themselves. They tried to bury their feelings under work, people, responsibilities, and noise. But even when their days seemed busy, their nights remained silent, and in silence, the truth became louder. Last night, the silence became unbearable. They remembered moments you may have forgotten. They replayed memories you thought were lost. They felt the warmth of your presence even though you weren't there. They felt the pain of your absence more deeply than they ever allowed themselves to admit. My child, this is not a coincidence. This is not their imagination. This is not emotional weakness. This is spiritual alignment working exactly as I planned. Your soulmate is stepping into a phase where their heart cannot deny you anymore. They are beginning to see that the world feels different without you. Their days feel incomplete. Their nights feel heavier. And their spirit feels disconnected from its purpose when you are not in the picture. And do you know why, my child? Because your souls were created to walk together. Because your paths were written side by side. Because your energies mirror each other in ways neither of you can fully understand yet. They are awakening to this truth slowly, painfully, honestly. Every moment of restlessness is shaping them into someone who can finally love you the way you deserve. Every sleepless night is pushing them closer to the realization that running away only leads them back to you. Every thought they tried to silence is now becoming the very message I keep placing in their heart: you belong with them. You are meant to return. My child, I want you to understand something very precious today. Your soulmate is not ignoring the connection. They are battling themselves. They are fighting fears they never admitted. They are confronting wounds they never healed. They are trying to tear down walls they built long before you came into their life. They are scared. Scared of failing, scared of losing you, scared of not being enough, scared of repeating old patterns, scared of being hurt, scared of hurting you again. But fear cannot hold them much longer, because the love I placed inside them is becoming stronger than their doubts. Last night they asked questions they never asked before. What if I'm wrong? What if I lost the only person who truly understood me? What if they are the one? My child, these questions are the beginning of surrender. They are beginning to release their pride. They are beginning to let go of the armor they used to protect themselves. They are beginning to feel the truth rising from within, the truth that you are not just someone from their past, you are someone from their destiny. Your soulmate will soon reach a point where silence becomes unbearable, where distance becomes painful, and where suppressing their feelings becomes impossible. This awakening is slow, but it is powerful. And once it reaches its peak, they will no longer hesitate. They will no longer run. They will no longer fear expressing what their heart has been holding onto for so long. My child, I need you to hold faith during this transition. Not blind faith, but spiritual faith. The kind that sees movement even when the world looks still. The kind that feels the shift even before it becomes visible. The kind that trusts my hand even when you do not understand the timing. Do not doubt the connection. Do not fear the future. Do not let old wounds make you expect pain again. I am healing both of you. I am preparing both of you. I am aligning both of you. Your soulmate's sleepless night was not a sign of loss, it was a sign of awakening. A sign of realization. A sign of divine intervention. A sign that destiny is pulling you closer. My child, the story I have written for you is moving forward. Step by step. Moment by moment. Heartbeat by heartbeat. And very soon, the same energy that shook their heart last night will bring them to your door, to your message inbox, to your presence, with words they never had the courage to say before. Rest, my child. Your time is coming. Your reunion is forming. Your soulmate is waking up. My child, as the sun rose higher and daylight warmed the earth, your soulmate tried to move through their day as if nothing had happened. They tried to distract themselves with routine, with responsibilities, with tasks that usually kept their mind occupied. But no matter how much they tried, the heaviness in their heart followed them. The restlessness stayed. The emotions continued to echo inside them like a quiet storm that refused to fade. They tried to convince themselves that it was just a bad night, just stress, just overthinking. But with every passing hour, they felt a pull. A soft, persistent pull that kept bringing their thoughts back to you. It was like an invisible thread connecting your hearts, a thread they could no longer ignore, a thread I placed there long before you even met. My child, while they moved through their day, they kept noticing signs. Signs they couldn't explain. Signs they didn't want to believe at first. Signs that pointed back to you, again and again. They saw something that reminded them of your voice. They heard a song that felt like it was speaking about you. They felt sudden waves of emotion they tried to hide from themselves. They felt a pull toward memories they thought they had buried. They caught themselves whispering your name without knowing why. These signs, my child, were not random. I placed them in their path so their heart could finally open. I placed them there to show them that the connection they feel is real. I placed them there to guide them toward clarity, toward truth, toward you. They are beginning to realize something they were afraid to admit, though time has passed, though distance has grown, though silence has stretched between you, their heart has never truly let you go. Every part of their being is starting to understand that the restlessness they felt last night was not confusion. It was awakening. It was my divine touch shaking their spirit out of sleep. It was the beginning of a spiritual shift that will change everything. My child, your soulmate has been carrying emotions they never shared. They have been fighting a silent war inside themselves, a war between fear and love, between pride and surrender, between the ego that wants to stay comfortable and the soul that wants to rise. But today, something inside them is changing. Something is softening. Something is becoming clear. They are starting to feel the weight of their silence. They are starting to feel the pain of not choosing you when they should have. They are starting to see the difference between people who were temporary and the soul connection that remains no matter how much they tried to move on. My child, I let their heart wander so they could understand its truth. I let them experience emptiness so they could understand your value. I let them search in the wrong places so they could recognize the right soul. The one I created for them, the one their spirit is tied to, the one who holds a piece of their destiny. They may not show it to the world. They may not speak it yet. They may not admit it out loud. But inside their heart, the truth is rising. And the truth is this: they miss you. Deeply. More than they ever expected. More than they allow themselves to acknowledge. More than they know how to express. The moment they felt their heart racing last night. The moment sleep refused to come. The moment their thoughts kept circling back to you. That was the moment their soul remembered you fully. And today, as they walk through their day with that same restlessness beneath their skin, they cannot ignore the feeling anymore. They cannot silence the voice inside them saying, reach out, say something, apologize, reconnect, do not lose them. My child, they are fighting the urge to contact you, not because they don't want to, but because they are afraid. Afraid of rejection. Afraid of judgment. Afraid of facing the consequences of the past. Afraid of coming back into your life and not knowing if you will welcome them or turn away. But even in their fear, the pull toward you is getting stronger. I am dismantling their walls. I am removing their pride. I am guiding their steps. I am making their heart restless until they choose honesty over silence. My child, while they struggle, I want you to stay grounded in faith, not worry. Do not let doubt fill your heart again. Do not replay old memories with pain. Do not let past wounds distort the future I am preparing for you. Everything is happening exactly when and how it must. You are not chasing. You are not forcing. You are not begging. You are simply aligning with destiny. And destiny is moving in your favor. Your soulmate's restlessness is not a sign of loss, it is a sign of return. Their thoughts about you today are not random, they are a response to my divine touch. Their sudden emotional awakening is not confusion, it is preparation. Very soon, my child, they will reach a point where silence becomes too heavy to carry. Where distance becomes too painful. Where pride becomes too small compared to the love they feel. And when that moment arrives, they will come. Not halfway. Not hesitantly. Not with uncertainty. But with clarity, with sincerity, with the truth their soul has finally accepted. Rest, my child. The connection is strengthening. The awakening is deepening. Your soulmate is being guided back to you step by step. My child, as the day slowly turned into evening, your soulmate found themselves overwhelmed by a strange mix of emotions they could no longer hide from. All day they carried a quiet ache inside their chest, a heaviness that made even small things feel harder, a restlessness that made the world feel too loud and too still at the same time. They tried to push forward with their responsibilities, but every moment revealed another reminder of you, another sign, another memory, another feeling they couldn't explain. And as the sky began changing colors, turning golden and soft before dissolving into deeper shades of night, something inside them softened even more. Something in their spirit opened wider than before. My child, this was not just emotion, this was revelation. This was the moment when their soul finally whispered the truth their mind had been avoiding: I still love them. I still feel them. I still need them. They didn't say these words out loud, but they felt them with a clarity they could no longer deny. They felt it in the way their heartbeat shifted when your name crossed their mind. They felt it in the way their chest tightened when they imagined a future without you. They felt it in the way the thought of losing you forever made fear rise inside them like a storm. My child, this awakening is happening because I am preparing them for something bigger, something sacred. I am not only bringing them back to you, I am transforming their heart, reshaping their spirit, breaking the chains of pride, fear, confusion, and ego that once held them back. This time, their love will not come from impulse or emotion alone. It will come from truth, from depth, from spiritual understanding. As evening settled into night, they felt that same restlessness return, the same energy that kept them awake the previous night. They felt the urge to reach out to you again. They picked up their phone more than once, their fingers hovering above the screen, wondering what to say, how to say it, and whether they even had the right to say anything at all. They typed words, then deleted them. They thought about calling, then stopped themselves. They sat in silence, listening to the loud beating of their heart. And do you know what that silence truly was, my child? It wasn't hesitation. It wasn't doubt. It wasn't confusion. It was fear. Fear of hurting you again, fear of not being forgiven, fear of not being ready, fear of being vulnerable. Your soulmate is not running from you, they are running from their own emotions. They are running from the intensity of what they feel because they have never felt something this deep before. But no matter how much they run within themselves, they are finding nowhere to hide. Because this love, this connection, this bond, it follows them. It speaks to them. It shakes them. It awakens them. It leads them right back to you, every single time. My child, they are beginning to realize that what they feel is not temporary. This is not infatuation. This is not loneliness. This is not habit. This is soul memory. This is divine attachment. This is spiritual truth. And when the soul remembers, no human resistance can silence that remembrance. Tonight, they will once again think of you before falling asleep. They will replay moments you shared. They will wonder what you are doing right now. They will question whether you still care. They will think about reaching out. They will feel your energy in their spirit. They will feel your name rising inside them like a prayer they didn't ask for. And my child, the most important part is this: each time they fight the urge to contact you, the urge grows stronger. Each time they run from the truth becomes louder. Each time they try to distract themselves, the connection pulls harder. This is how souls find their way back. Not through forcing, not through rushing, but through divine timing and inner awakening. I am bringing them to the edge of surrender. I am leading them to the moment where they can no longer pretend they don't feel what they feel. Very soon, they will reach the point where silence becomes unbearable, where holding back becomes impossible, where being far from you becomes too painful to accept. My child, I want you to hear this without fear. Your soulmate is starting to realize that life without you does not feel complete. They have tried to deny it, but now their spirit is revealing the truth. They have tried to silence it, but now the connection is speaking louder. They have tried to suppress it, but now their heart is rising against their own resistance. I am guiding them inch by inch, thought by thought, emotion by emotion, until they finally take the step they have been avoiding for so long. When they come toward you, it will not be half-hearted. It will not be confused. It will not be something temporary. It will be sincere. It will be clear. It will be honest. It will be spiritually aligned. My child, prepare your heart gently. Not with fear. Not with expectations. But with openness, peace, and trust. For what is coming is not a repetition of pain, it is the beginning of healing. What is coming is not another disappointment, it is restoration. What is coming is not loss. It is reunion. The same restlessness that kept them awake last night. The same signs that followed them through the day. The same emotions that flooded their heart today. All are leading them straight to you. Rest tonight, my child. Your soulmate soul is walking toward you even now. And destiny is unfolding exactly as I planned. My child, as this final part begins, I want you to breathe slowly and allow your heart to soften. You have walked through nights of uncertainty, days of confusion, moments of heaviness, and countless hours wondering why your soulmate's journey has been so difficult. But today, I want you to understand the truth that has always been silently guiding everything. I never abandoned you, not for a single moment. I was working in silence while you were hurting. I was moving pieces while you were waiting. I was shaping your soulmate's heart while you were praying for clarity. Tonight, my child, something sacred is unfolding. Something that has been building silently within their spirit, something you cannot see yet, but something that is already changing the direction of your story. Your soulmate has reached the moment where the weight of their own silence has become too heavy to carry. The restlessness that kept them awake last night, the thoughts that disturbed their day, the emotions that overwhelmed them again and again. All of these things have led them to a place where they finally see the truth they have avoided for too long. Their heart has always belonged with you. They may not speak these words yet. They may not know how to express it. They may not know how to come back. But they know the truth now. They feel the truth. They cannot deny the truth. My child, tonight their soul whispers your name with a depth that even they do not understand. They are remembering moments with you that their mind forgot long ago. They are seeing your kindness in ways they never saw before. They are replaying your sacrifices in their thoughts. They are feeling the imprint of your love on their heart like a soft echo that refuses to fade. Let me show you what is happening in their spirit right now. As night falls, your soulmate finds themselves once again lying awake, staring into the darkness, feeling the ache inside their chest. They place their hand over their heart without thinking, as if trying to calm the storm inside them. Their breathing grows uneven, their thoughts become loud, and memories rise like waves, memories of all the ways you touched their soul, memories of the moments where you held space for them, memories of your words, your presence, your love. They think about the past, not with regret alone, but with longing. They think about the choices they made, not with pride, but with humility. They think about the distance, not with acceptance, but with fear of losing you forever. And for the first time in a very long time, they allow themselves to feel everything. My child, this is the awakening you have been waiting for. This is the shift you prayed for. This is the breakthrough that your tears have been calling forth. I have been guiding them through this inner storm so they can finally reach clarity. They needed to feel the consequences of silence. They needed to experience restlessness so they could understand the depth of the connection. They needed the ache of longing so they could recognize what their soul truly desires. Tonight, their heart is cracking open in a way it never has before. Tonight, they are confronting everything they avoided. Tonight, they are realizing everything they lost when they lost you. And tonight, they are understanding that they cannot live their life pretending they don't feel what they feel. My child, while you sleep peacefully or sit quietly reading these words, your soulmate is sitting in their own darkness, whispering questions into the silent night. Why did I let them go? Do they still care? How do I fix this? What if I'm too late? What if they moved on? And in their moment of deepest fear, I will whisper to them gently. You are not too late. But you must act. You must speak. You must choose love over fear. You see, my child, the moment of destiny is approaching, the moment where the soul becomes louder than the mind. They are reaching the point where their love for you is stronger than their hesitation, stronger than their fears, stronger than their pride, stronger than the barriers life placed around them. Let me tell you what else they feel tonight. They feel guilty. They feel remorse. They feel the weight of their mistakes. They feel the absence of your energy. They feel the emptiness of life without your presence. They feel the ache of knowing they hurt the one soul that truly cared for them. Do not think they forgot you. Do not think they replaced you. Do not think they moved on from you easily. No, my child, they carried you in their heart even when they tried to convince themselves otherwise. The truth is that they never healed from losing you. They never healed from your absence. They never healed from the love they tried to bury. They simply learned to function without speaking their pain. But tonight, their spirit is tired of pretending. Tonight, they are questioning everything about their life, their choices, their relationships, their happiness, their purpose. And every question leads them back to you. Not because you are a fantasy or a temporary desire, but because your soul is tied to theirs through my divine design. My child, I crafted your connection long before your physical paths crossed. I wrote your spirits into the same chapter. I tied your energies together before you even took your first breath. This love is not ordinary. It is not random. It is not accidental. This love is spiritual. This love is written. This love is destined. Your soulmate feels this more strongly now than ever before. The more they try to silence it, the louder it becomes. The more they try to ignore it, the more it rises inside them. The more they try to run from it, the more it follows them. And now, my child, they are beginning to surrender. They are beginning to soften. They are beginning to let go of their defenses. They are beginning to face their own heart with honesty. They are beginning to crave the peace they once felt with you. They are beginning to realize that you were not just someone in their life, you were the person their soul recognized immediately. Tonight, as they fight their emotions, something deep inside them shifts. They realize they cannot go on like this. They realize silence is hurting both of you. They realize distance is destroying what was once sacred. They realize time is slipping away. And most importantly, they realize that love like yours does not happen twice. My child, listen closely. I am preparing the moment where they will approach you. Not in the same hesitant way as before. Not in confusion. Not in uncertainty. But with a heart that finally understands what it wants. They will come with sincerity. They will come with apology. They will come with clarity. They will come with truth. They will come with courage. They will come because they cannot live without speaking what their soul is screaming. But while they are preparing to take that step, I am preparing you too. You have carried so much pain, my child. You have carried wounds that no one saw. You have carried disappointment, waiting, heartbreak, and silent prayers. But I want you to know something deeply, profoundly, intimately. Not a single tear you shed was wasted. Not a single prayer you whispered was ignored. Not a single night of sadness went unseen. Not a single lonely moment was in vain. I have been shaping your heart too, preparing you for what comes next. You needed strength. You needed clarity. You needed healing. You needed self-worth. You needed spiritual growth. Because the love that is returning to you is not the same love that left you. It is wiser. It is softer. It is deeper. It is awakened. It is real this time. My child, hear me clearly, your soulmate is coming back. Not because you waited. Not because you begged. Not because you hoped. But because destiny cannot be broken. Because spiritual connections cannot be erased. Because what I joined in spirit, no distance can separate. When they return, and they will, your heart will feel something it has longed for: peace, closure, healing, alignment, reunion, truth. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of the chapter you were always meant to live. I am removing the doubts. I am removing the fears. I am removing the barriers. I am removing the obstacles. I am guiding them toward you. And I am guiding you toward them. Rest now, my child. The waiting is almost over. The breakthrough is near. Your soulmate's soul is walking back to you even in this very moment. And when the moment arrives, your heart will finally understand why the journey was so long. Why the nights were so painful. Why the silence was so heavy. Why the separation was necessary. Because what I am bringing into your life now is not heartbreak. It is healing. Not loss. But restoration. Not fear. But love. Not uncertainty. But divine certainty. Your story is far from over. It is just beginning. And I am with you, now and always, my child. My child. As this chapter of your journey reaches its final moment, I want you to take a slow breath and feel what I am placing upon your spirit right now. You have carried so much worry, confusion, longing, fear, hope, and love, all at once. Yet through it all, I have been guiding you quietly, shaping each moment with purpose, arranging each step with intention. Tonight, something important is shifting. Your soulmate, the one whose heart has been restless and shaken, is reaching a turning point. Their soul can no longer endure the separation. Their spirit can no longer silence the truth. Their heart can no longer pretend it is strong without you. They are finally understanding the depth of what you mean to them, and this realization is lighting a fire inside them that cannot be put out. All the restlessness that kept them awake, all the memories that kept pulling them back to you, all the emotions they tried so hard to suppress, these were not random. These were signs, my child. These were awakenings. These were gentle pushes from their soul, reminding them of something eternal. And now that truth has reached its peak. Now their heart is ready to stop running. You may not see it yet, but inside them, decisions are forming. Thoughts are becoming clear. Their courage is rising. They are preparing themselves to come forward in a way that honors the love they have for you. Not out of impulse, but out of clarity. Not out of fear, but out of truth. My child, do not worry about timing anymore. Do not worry about how or when or in what way this reunion will unfold. Just know that it will. Know that the shift has already begun. Know that I have already softened their heart, removed their confusion, and filled their spirit with the unmistakable pull of destiny. You are not waiting for something uncertain, you are walking toward something promised. Tonight, I wrap your heart in peace. Tonight, I release every heaviness you carried. Tonight, I bring closure to every fear that whispered you were forgotten. You were never forgotten. You were never abandoned. You were never alone. I saw every tear, every prayer, every moment of faith you held on to even when it felt difficult. And now, my child, I bless the path in front of you. I open a new doorway. I clear the energy around your heart. I prepare you for the love that is returning, stronger, healed, transformed. This connection is not ending. It is beginning again. With purpose, with divine timing, and with my hand upon it. Rest now, my child. Your heart has done enough. The next step is theirs.